Omoni Oboli touched many of her followers emotionally with her post. The actress expressed regret for how she treated her deceased father. The movie director wishes she could go back in time and treat her deceased father more respectfully. Omoni Oboli claimed that she sobbed inconsolably on a morning walk because she missed her father. Omoni Oboli gave her millions of followers the advice to always check in on their parents every day by using herself as an example.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is sad. This same thing that we keep saying: give people their flowers while they're
While
still
they are
alive.
still alive, exactly.
Like say you love this person when they're still alive, because all these things that we say when people are late. It's really, really sad that they can't really hear us to actually like feel your love at that point. So when they are alive, always. And anyways, this advice is something that I hope people that have loved ones that are still alive can actually take and abide by, because if you can't express how you feel about someone when they're alive, it's going to be so painful when they leave this world and you're like regretting and all that. It's sad.
It's so sad.
It's really sad.
So sad when you can give up, like you just want one more single day to make up for it, but then you just never can. You can just never get it. Do you understand? Just one single day to make up for all those mistakes, and it's so sad. I feel for her so much, and I'm very sure a lot of you out there will be doing the right thing by now. Like you will probably pick up your phone and call your parents, check up on them. Maybe not just your parents, maybe your friends, maybe your best friend or somebody you've been having issues with for some reason. You don't even know the last minute. You don't know who's next. You don't know what's coming next. And there's nobody who's going to hold God for making his judgment or doing what he wants to do. So we just have to like do the right thing at the right time. I think that's the perfect thing to go for that place.
But there's some people that can actually hold grudges for years and years, harvesting this anger or whatever. You're just holding this grudge. People have keeping malice, and then you don't even know how the other person is doing because you don't want to check up on them grudges? Because I actually don't, because I feel weighed down more than the person that I'm actually vexed at. So sometimes if it gets, I can't. I just have to tell you, see, you're annoying me. I'm not keeping my cool, but you're annoying me. This is what's supposed to be.
I think I'm that way too. I just feel my mind immediately because it just can't stay. It just
your mental health is even at stake.
It just can't stay. I just don't feel really good. I don't feel okay. I just feel like I need to let you know instantly. And if you reciprocate the same energy, I feel like that's the end of it for me. But I would not say I keep grudges, but I just know that I just cut that tie off. Like maybe when I'm really, really hot, then I just let it. Like I just let the person
Especially
go.
if it's repeated. If the person has done that same thing, that hurts you again.
Obviously, so before you can actually cut ties with somebody, it has to be like you've gotten to this place before you can say, okay, please, I'm really done with you.
But if it's family, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's always more painful when you lose somebody. And I've seen sisters who are. You see, one thing I dislike and I pray to God the most that would never happen to me or me and my siblings is siblings at war. It is so painful, like siblings at war. And then they were really grown-ups. We called them grandma at that time, but they had this feud going on between them. They didn't just like each other. They were always at each other's throat and all. And I'm like, then one of them passed away. You needed to see the other one. She was literally shrinking. She felt so bad. You know, she would be filled with regrets and a lot of, like, we could have just made up a very long time ago. Why did you have to pass away? Why, even though she didn't like her, or maybe she hated her or something. Do you understand?
For you to actually mellow and then just.
Do you understand? Somebody you grew up with, literally.
So it takes a lot.
No. So I feel like no matter what's going on between you and your family, I think she gave the very, 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 very right advice, and I'm very sure she's filled with so much regret right now. For her to have even come online to give us this kind of, because I'm a follower too and I'm a fan.
Yeah, she has really handsome sons.
My goodness.
So to chip that in.
All right, like for her to have actually given us that advice, I feel like it must have really gotten to us so much, and I feel like this is just the right time. And this actually hits me when I read it because I've been having this issue with my mom, and she's been really mad at me, and I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry. But if I tell you I've not spoken to my mom since like last week, would you believe? And
Wow.
which is very, very unusual. And
First
then I'm
daughter,
like,
Ada.
I'm like,
You got to
because
make
you know
amends.
now, African mothers how they can be, and me and my mom.
Yeah, I know.
So don't worry, Mom, I got you. Don't worry, we're going to settle it.
Settle, I beg you, settle.
All right, let's move right into the next one. And I hope you guys take that advice. Check up on your parents and your friends. All right, controversial relationship therapist Blessing Okoro has advised people never to admit to cheating. Wow. According to her, it is crucial for an unfaithful partner to forgive themselves and go on without having to inform their partner about the affair. If the person was not found cheating, Blessing said that portion of their lives should stay a secret for all time. She claims the victim of infidelity doesn't care why the cheater did it or whether they expressed regret. She went on to say that confessing would not alter the way the spouse would respond because they would still be condemned if they revealed their infidelity.
Wow. Hey.
Who's satisfied?
What?
Who's satisfied to these people, please?
Wait, see, if you want to, okay, if you cheated, yeah, and you intend on keeping it a secret, how will your conscience, can you carry that guilt? Like you're seeing your partner, you know you've done, imagine if you guys come into the presence of the person you cheated with, like three of you are there, like that awkward vibe, like how would you feel knowing that you're lying to your partner about your...
Have you been in Lagos? I know you live in Lagos, but have you been in Lagos? Like, when do you have fun in Lagos? Like, do you go out?
Yeah, I do.
You meet people. Lagos is so small. Like, I'm trying to say
the tendency of being in the
my
same
dear,
room with...
you would even be. I had a friend. I had this friend that was in similar situation whereby she was dating this guy. I would not say dating, but like somebody who you see to be in a potential relationship with. And then there was this other guy, and then somehow they found themselves in the same spot.
Okay. That's like love triangle.
Do you get? There's a love triangle, but then that triangle is about to like
turn to square.
Because this is, my dear, I would say you, if
Like
you
to
are
hide it.
if you cheat, firstly, cheating is bad. You have to always be honest with your
But
partner at all time.
It's inevitable.
In Lagos.
Especially in Lagos.
I don't see. For this Lagos, I know say so. For Lagos, very, very. So I feel like it's really, you need to be honest. That's what I'll say. I do not agree with the fact that you should cheat and
but
not
when you
tell.
know what is at stake and you know the damage it's going to cost you, especially if the relationship is like, let's say 5 years or whatever, or if it's even a marriage, and there are children.
Yeah, I've seen fiancés who actually cheat. People who are actually engaged who actually cheat. But if you can keep it, because it's not like your partner is going to tell you to if the person should cheat.
Only if you're remorseful and you don't have any plans or doing anything. Because if you're not keeping,
that's
you don't know, you're not keep.
Exactly.
Keep.
I feel like that's very wrong. I feel like that's very wrong. But then, I can't be 100% fair because of this other gender. This other gender, eh? These people, they will show you pepper.
Peppermint.
They will show you pepper, but still, if they say they will show you pepper, it's not still your gender they are still going to fumble with. So I feel like it just takes the grace of God to keep a relationship. It takes the grace of God. Being honest would buy you maybe a little bit more trust. That's what
But then you might lose something you've like involved a lot of your effort.
So would you say she's right? Like, don't tell.
It's 50-50, because if it was a mistake, let's say, it's always a mistake, it's always a mistake. But some of them are intentional, like cheating, like not really a mistake. Like you know what's about to happen, and you still go ahead and put your head inside it, and So if it was like you just like a temptation, and then you could not like resist, and it was just too person was just too and you two were just too so you can just...
doesn't really have to involve. Do you think cheating has to be sexual all the time?
Some people actually tell me that chatting, there's a way you chat with someone. It seems as this flirting is going on, and then you have someone that you should be chatting with like that, but then you're having this conversation with someone else, social media, and then the person is making you feel some type of way, and you're making the person feel. So that means something is cooking, but then this is not your partner. So what are you doing? Like what exactly are you doing? So I don't think it should be.
You don't think it should be out in the open? You would, okay. If you find yourself, no, let me throw this really open, and I would really love you guys to call in on 09098408408 to share your opinion on this discussion. Would you tell your partner if you find yourself in a situation of infidelity, be it a man or a woman? Would you tell your partner? Would you be honest with your partner? So I'm throwing it to you now, Tonya. Would you, if you find yourself in a position of infidelity, would you tell your partner, oh, babe, something somehow happened and something happened?
Thing is, I'm not a skillful liar, so whether or not I'm like hiding it, it's going to come out one way or the other. So I might just be upfront with it. I just say it, but I'll not be
but
like.
Then you'll be ready to lose the chances.
Nothing. There was nothing involved. No strings attached to it. Or just a fling, like nothing. Please,
what if there was a string attached?
No.
Have you ever found yourself in a position whereby you like this guy and you like this guy, and then you don't know what to do?
Times.
Do you understand? In that kind of situation,
we have to weigh your pros and cons. What do you stand to lose if you go
for this?
And what do you start to gain? And then I just think it's a matter of being mature and then just try to be.
I don't know if
committed.
I'm going to be honest with my guy.
You're not good.
I am a very honest
ladies
person.
are much more secretive. They are very, very difficult to catch. But guys,
because it's in their nature, that's the thing. But for me, I won't say I don't know how to lie in a relationship. I like being really honest, but I feel like the main reason why I like being honest is so I would be able to avoid cheating. Do you understand? Like, I feel like if I tell this guy literally everything, then I would obviously you not tell your guy you're going to a guy's place or
yeah, you get
or you're seeing somebody
thinking,
or something. But I feel like there's this thing that just keeps you going, like, no, you can't do this, you don't have to do this. So I feel like the honesty has to come from the beginning. You have to like build it from the beginning to the top. And I don't know, this one is a tough one for me. I do not know if you have to be honest, but please do not put yourself in the position of infidelity at all. Talk less of you not having to decide, do you want to tell your guy or do you want to tell your lady? Guys can never even tell you. You have to do the findings yourself because you will eventually find out.
Period.
Guys will never come off for. They would rather lie to lie and lie and lie and lie. But if you're a truthful guy, shout out to you though. But then I don't believe. All right, after now, Goya Meno, and previously we had Ladapo, and with Fireboy, and now we have Goya Meno. With Ameno, that song, you will always do the thing. I think it was during lockdown.
Yeah,
he went
and TikTok took it
like
crazy.
That guy would never have thought. Like I feel a lot of people made it to stardom during
the lockdown period,
and he really gave room for a lot of music. Was like our theme then. It was like our theme every single time. Welcome back, guys. Remember, you can join the conversation by calling 09098408408 to share your opinions. Of course, it's the round table. All right, moving right into the next story. A social media user has sparked intense debate online following a controversial claim. Solomon Abraham took to his Facebook page to proceed that a university degree is better than billions of naira. According to him, while the money might be huge, it would still eventually finish, but the university degree would always remain. His assertion has stirred reactions from social media users, many of whom disagreed outrightly. I don't know where I stand. Dismissing his claim as false. Others, however, seem to think he probably has a point there.
That's his opinion. That's his opinion because
can
the certificate get you 50 billion naira? Can it? What is this guy saying?
A bottle of champagne for you after the show. What? See, thank God he said 50 billion naira. In naira, that means we were talking about Nigeria. The current situation in the country.
He could have even been specific with what certificate. You can get certificate of a bachelor's in fishery. What can that one do for you? You can get certificate of. There are so many unuseful certificates that people have lying around, and they are doing something different from what they studied. So what is this guy saying? I feel like that, I will just watch this guy's certificate now. You know which one is 50?
No,
Let me say 50 million, 50 billion. This guy joking. What?
But for real though, give me a break here. Are you serious? So you would take? Yes, it's good. Well, last I checked, a lot of people who are very, very successful in Nigeria right now did not pass through school.
Exactly.
A lot of them are dropouts.
You can use that money to get certificates, safe.
My
You can
dear,
study about get certificate.
my dear. Please, let's. I
so
think he's just trying to. I would love to read the comments on that news because I'm very sure Nigerians are angry. Some people have been trying to get a certificate for the past 10 years. Some people who have been in school for the past. People who are doing medicine. While I was in school, I studied my 4-year course. I did it for 6 years.
You see.
I did my 4 years course for 6 years, and people who were my set back then, who were supposed to graduate for medicine, who actually have 7 years, are still in school. After I have spent 6 years, they are still in school and they are not even in their final year yet. So what? No,
this cap.
Ow! Please, how exactly?
It doesn't make sense at all. What he's saying is not even reasonable. In fact.
I think Dunia is angry, but I don't know how to feel about this.
If he's making kind of statements in this period.
Exactly. If there's somebody in Nigeria who actually thinks 50 billion naira is better than a school certificate, my darling. There was a time, there was this guy who was really frustrated. He came online and then he tore his certificate and everything. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you really serious?
Because he's not gone anywhere with it. It is not even taking him anywhere.
Anyways, I would really not like to do too much long talk on this. Just bring the 50 million naira.
50 billion, babe, it's billion. Billy, how much is what? Hey.
You know when Brashagi comes and say, don't worry, just give me 3.5.
My problem is solved.
Please just give me 3.5. That's how I feel right now. But mine will not be 3.5 maybe. But please. And to think some people actually agree. Maybe those people are actually very filled already, but no matter how filled you are, even the rich are crying right now. That's how bad it is for us in the country currently. The rich are crying. Everybody is hot and somewhere. It's dry. Everywhere is dry, and everybody's like, nah, this is not how we're supposed to be. So putting even the certificates. To get the certificate in the country is very difficult. So how do you say it's better to have the certificate
even after you
than
get
have the money?
Before you can make up to 50 billion,
why are you working for the certificate?
Stress would have killed you.
Exactly. And 50 billion, if you're wise enough, is going to live on forever. You said finish. Ow. Hey. My darling, if you should finish, then maybe in 3 generation time. Because
even if you finish, you're not in Nigeria when it finishes.
Even if you're going to be... No, Nigeria is actually a very cool place to be if you actually have money. No, it's 50 billion naira outside the country is like change for some people.
Yeah,
you would only be a king in your father's land. You can't be a king in another man's land. Do you understand? So I really feel like in the country you can do well with it. You can travel and all that. But if you invest properly, channel your energy properly. Let me tell you, there are people who are actually still making money in this period, even though it's very hard. People are still buying. People are still very seeking services. Yeah, few, but then do you know how much money has to go into it? So if you're telling me I have 50 billion naira and I do not invest it properly, do you think I would? No, don't worry. It's the generational wealth, my dear. Please don't cap too much. Exactly. Because I'm very sure if he had the chance to choose between a certificate and 50 billion naira, that person who did this right up is definitely not going to go for the certificate. Not in the current situation in Nigeria. And I would like to hear you guys' opinion on this too, for real. But I really think it's a really clear thing, obviously, because why would I go for? No, I won't say education is very, very necessary.
It is, but when you have the option of choosing 50 billion.
The videos have always said 30 billion. You know what?
30.
Please. I think we should be a little bit considerate when we're making this kind of debates because Nigerians are not smiling currently. Because even me, this smile is not reach my stomach. But don't worry. Just bring 50 billion and let's see what we do from there. Moving right into the next story. Big Brother Niger Nina raised concern over the behavior of her kid. The single mother disclosed that she received a poor grade from her son's school. The young child who had just started kindergarten talked as friends hair and caused her to fall to the ground. Nina asked her fellow mothers online for help while sharing a screenshot of the report. How could she manage his inappropriate behavior before it grew worse? She wondered. It's a baby. I feel it's a baby, but they say it starts really young, but I feel it's just a baby and anything could have happened. It could have been the other girl as well. A 2-year-old boy.
Could you really term that as bullying?
Exactly. I really had issues with that word.
People might just be having
bullying.
fun or just.
Do you understand? Do you understand? And you know the white people are always like really extra when it comes to maybe you touching somebody or they don't like violence. Even the mother can't touch their son and all of that. So I feel like bullying wouldn't be it for me. But if that anyway, she said it herself. So I think the society has helped her from there. And some people were really not okay with the fact that she was playing with the child and was like,
trying to scold him.
Denzel, stop and all.
The guy's
and
mind
all.
was even on TV or something.
Do you understand? I feel she can't do more than that. What do you expect her to do to a 2-year-old boy? She has said what she's supposed to say. She's passed that information. And I feel like the rest is up to her as well. Because the way you bring up your child, obviously, you know that you have to like nurture them in a way that they probably have good manners, not necessarily being violent with them, not necessarily, even though we chop some kind we chop some kind, but then if you know you're raising a child that is not within these premises, African premises, then you should know how to raise them outside the country with proper words and you know just normal behavior. I feel like kids are very sharp these days. They tend to act on what they see or what they watch on TV, that what they see from home, or they pick really quick things, or what they see among their peers and all of that. So I feel like, I'm not a mother, but I feel like from the little our mothers did back then, I feel like it's just, it's just, sometimes our mothers don't even have to talk, it's just,
that eyes, so you don't mess up.
My dear,
when visitors leave, you go collect.
My dear, what was the worst one you actually had? Like, what's the expression your mom used to have then and be like,
No, the facial expressions are mostly at my elder sister. No, me, I was
you're really cool. Oh, really?
I was very,
nah.
I did all right.
Till now, my studio.
But do you think scolding or training a child should be left only for the mother?
No,
most times
for
you see them attributing bad behavior to make the mother didn't do her job well. She didn't do
that's
well.
what they always do.
Is it proper for you to just be the mom?
When you tó bá dání ti bàbá, èyí tó bá kù díẹ̀ káàtó ni ti ìyá ẹ̀.
When the child is good, Jabi.
It's the father's job. When he's remaining small, now the mama get down. You try it. You try it. So I feel like it's not only the mother. I didn't give birth alone. So I feel like it's a committed thing. We need to do it together to make the child better, which I feel like my parents actually really did. Because
growing up in Nigerian home, you can relate to this.
Nah,
your
typical African home, my darling. I'm very sure you can relate. But still, it's not just left to the mother. I feel it's for both parties. Everybody needs to come hand in hand. But the mothers are always the ones who are very much sensitive. They know things. They feel it like there's just that instinct that comes whenever you do something wrong. Your mother can you might not even know that, okay, maybe she knows, and then she just says she's just really not okay.
She grew up in her womb, so she fit.
My dear, that's how it is. So I feel like African mothers, they say people should drop your opinion. No, how should she take care of the situation with her child? But I feel like it's not really that much. It's just a baby. It starts from young, I know, but at the same time, you don't have to make a young boy a bully. He doesn't see what we mean. But it's not my baby. But then, I hope she's able to control the situation. Remember, you can join the conversation by calling 09098 408 408 to share your opinions on all of our discussions today. Demi Lovato has admitted that she started experimenting with alcohol and hard drugs at a tender age of 12. The singer said she was bullied and was looking for an escape when she turned to opiates. Lovato also opened up about how she would regularly steal alcohol from her stepfather when she was a teen, before turning to cocaine, which she loved too much. After interventions from her family, the former Disney star became sober from the age of 20 to 26, but suffered a near-fatal overdose in 2018. It led to her becoming legally blind and brain damaged after having a heart attack and 3 strokes while in hospital. She is currently sober and recently insisted that she really thinks about substances.
Oh, this is a testimony, because for you to survive addiction, hey,
I think I know about that. I think
it's very, very difficult. It's very. I'm not talking from experience.
No,
but
it's
I've
true.
had friends that have been back and forth with it. They go to they go to rehab, they relapse, they go to rehab. Like, it's so difficult. And for her to have chosen this lifestyle because of bullying, that's sad. It's a more sad thing, because looking at what bullying can do to a person's self-esteem, to your
I would say I never really had the real picture of what bullying was, but I've been seeing, I don't know if you're a big fan of K-drama, you watch Korean movies. They are totally against bullying, from the kind of preaching they preach on their movies and the kind of lessons they pass on their movies. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle among students, but you know that these things really weaken their minds, and it just, you know, I've seen movies whereby they lose students just because of bullying, and you know, your teacher the teachers you put among the students, they can't even help it. Like, they can't control the whole. Come on, a school where you have over 500 kids. Over 500, and people with different home training and backgrounds and all of that.
Exactly, background. These things that cause bullies to act the way they do, it somehow stems from their upbringing. From their upbringing. Some things that they've been through, some pains they've had to endure, so they just pass out,
and
vent
they're not
out.
even aware of it. You know, when you're going through a certain pain or a certain phase in life,
and there's no one for you to talk to about it.
You don't even know it as a kid. You don't know it as a kid. There's just that feeling that just brings it out of you, and then you just pass your aggression on to somebody else. Then when you have a couple of 2 people joining hands with you, then you know the power just comes in and be like, okay, this person is this person is that. And I'm very sure a lot of Nigerian schools experience that sometimes back. We've had situations on social media where people come out and say, oh, my child is being bullied by this person or that person. But I feel like bullying is something that, I don't know, it's not just a very good thing. It weakens the mind it makes kids traumatic. So I feel like she must have gone through that phase, and the only thing she could rely on was substances. I'm not judging it. I feel like one thing about, I'm not being judgmental, seriously, but I feel like one thing about me is, no matter what, I would not let peer pressure get to me, or say, because you are doing this thing, I want to do that same thing, or because this thing makes you feel good, it's going to make me feel good. As long as it doesn't make me feel good, I am not going to do it. Do you understand? So I feel like we should stop doing this kind of, maybe we have a reason to do it, or I've been at a stage whereby I was so down in my life, and I'm like, do I really want to try this thing? Do I think I really need to try this thing? And I'm like, nah, it doesn't just sit well. No, for real. There's that stage you get to in your life, and then you're like, I don't have anybody. Somebody like me who does not even have friends. Do you understand? I'm always alone by myself, and I don't like sharing my problems with anybody. So I just feel like, let me just sit down and think about my life. But then you just want to be in that realm and all, but I just feel it doesn't work for me. I kind of think back home, like, if your mama catch you, you know, that African setting just comes back in, and then you just have to rethink it. So I feel like we should stop putting our problems on. There are other ways we can solve our problems. There are other ways we can get through trauma. There are other ways we can. And I feel like, according to her again, she said our doctor prescribed the drugs to her, so she overdosed on them. So I feel like those things too come along. You know, there are drugs that actually, they might just be, there's a particular prescription for the drug, but once you overdose it, then it makes you feel extra good. and then that's when you start like getting addicted.
Even
And
taking that overdose is probably because of the lingering urge to still like
feel good.
feel good. So you take excess and then you get that feeling back, like you get that kick back after you've tried to be sober, and then you get that feeling back and you're like, okay, I think I need more so I can be in this good mood for a longer time. And it's artificial happiness does not last at all. That's what drug addicts need to know. And then happiness shouldn't come from substances. Come on.
I think that I'll go with Tony on that one. I think I'll go with Tony on that one. Happiness doesn't come from substances. Yeah. So I hope she's really, really happy with herself right now that she's sober. Being sober has to be the best thing because you'll be in your right mind and nobody has to take advantage of you being controlled by something else. Do you understand? So I feel like being sober is the best thing and the best decision you can make for yourself, and I'm really happy for her on that growth.
I wonder where are the bullies now? Look at her, she's a superstar. Where are the bullies now? Like exactly, she was able to bounce back out of that whole bullying thing, and now so she's a big
I know it's Demi Lovato. Come on. And I would love to go on and on and on with you guys today, but this is where we draw the curtain. And thanks so much for watching. As always, remember to join the conversation on all of our social media platforms with hashtag TEATIME. And remember, you can catch up on all our previous episodes, including this very one, and all of our exclusive content by subscribing to our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. You can also watch TEATIME on RTTV and in London on Ben Television and Star Times channel 308. A big thank you goes to my co-anchor, my darling baby, Tony, of course, and of course the entire production team. Thank you for watching PlusTvAfrica's TEATIME. My name is Kofuwo Rola. Peace out.